I thought I was exposing my wife's affair on an anonymous forum. Instead, I opened Pandora's box. Have you ever screamed into the void? Not in a forest and not in an empty room. I mean the digital void. That space where millions of eyes are watching, but no one knows who you are. That night, at 3:14 a.m., I was just another anonymous soul with a broken heart. There was cheap bourbon in my glass and a fog in my head. I opened the forum. You know the place I'm talking about, the place where people trade dirty secrets hoping for a moment of relief. I typed the headline. She said she went north to ski, but the reflection in her sunglasses shows the ocean. I hit submit. I thought that was the end of my marriage. I didn't know it was the end of my life. My name is Arthur, and I am the man who accidentally pressed the launch button on a machine that cannot be stopped. My wife, let's call her Eva, was always an enigma. When we met, I was drawn to her coldness. She worked as a consultant for a massive corporation. I never knew exactly what she did. Asset optimization, she would say, with a smile that never quite reached her eyes. I was a simple graphic designer. I drew logos, she moved millions. For the last 6 months, she had changed. She came home late smelling of expensive foreign tobacco and sterile office air. Her phone, which used to lie around carelessly, was now always with her, screen face down. On Thursday, she left. Corporate retreat in the mountains, she said. Skiing, hot chocolate, boring lectures. She kissed me, and I felt her lips tremble. Back then, I thought it was excitement. Now I know it was fear. The mistake she made was laughable for a woman of her intellect. Technology. She took her work phone, but she left her personal tablet charging in the living room. The devices were synced via the cloud. On Saturday night, the tablet lit up. A new photo in the downloads folder. It was a selfie. She was smiling, a genuine smile I hadn't seen in years. She was wearing large, mirrored sunglasses, and in the background, there were no mountains. There was blue sky and the edge of a pristine white terrace. I zoomed in. I looked at the reflection in her lenses. There was the ocean, and the silhouette of a man sitting across from her. He was holding a glass of wine. I felt something snap inside me. I wanted revenge. I wanted proof. So I blacked out her face with a marker in a photo editor, cropped the image so only the reflection in the glasses was visible, and posted it to the forum with the question, "Can anyone identify this place? I'm being lied to." I fell asleep right there at my desk. I woke up to my laptop beeping. My post was at the top, thousands of comments. The internet sleuths had gone to work with terrifying efficiency. A user named Sky Eye wrote, "Listen, buddy, I analyzed the angle of the shadows and the constellations barely visible in the upper corner. It's dusk in the photo. This isn't the northern hemisphere. This is the tropics. But the most interesting part is the reflection in the left lens. You can see a slice of coastline and a very specific lighthouse." An hour later, another user dropped coordinates. "This is a private island in neutral waters. On satellite maps, it's blurred out. Officially, nothing exists there. But if you look at satellite imagery from 5 years ago, there is a bunker-type complex disguised as a luxury villa." I started shaking. This wasn't just a resort. Then came a message from a user named Insider77. "Delete this post immediately. You don't understand what you found. The man in the reflection? I increased the contrast and ran it through a facial recognition database. That's not just a lover. That is the architect. A man who officially died 3 years ago. He was the lead developer of Shadow Financial Algorithms. If your wife is with him, she isn't just cheating on you. She is selling secrets that governments kill for." I read it and laughed. I thought it was a joke, trolls having fun. But then an email hit my inbox. No subject, sender unknown. It contained a single line. "You are looking where you shouldn't. You have 1 hour to disappear." And an attached file. It was a bank statement from my bank. There were 3 accounts opened in my name in banks I couldn't even pronounce. Sums with 6 zeros had passed through them. Eva, she had used my identity. I was the perfect scapegoat. I didn't have time to vanish. I had just started packing a bag when I heard the sound of a car pulling up. Not a police siren, just the heavy hum of a powerful engine. I peeked out the window. A black SUV with no license plates. Two men in plain clothes stepped out. They weren't rushing. They walked towards my house as if they already owned it. But then, something happened that I didn't expect. Another car, a taxi, screeched to halt at the curb. Eva jumped out. She was wearing the same clothes as in the photo. No luggage, disheveled. She saw the men. The men saw her. "Arthur!" she screamed, looking up at my window. "Run! Go out the back!" One of the men calmly reached into his pocket. It wasn't a gun. It was a syringe. Eva didn't try to run away. She lunged at them. It looked absurd, a slender woman against two professionals, but it gave me seconds. I heard a scream. I heard the sound of a struggle. I ran out the back door, jumped the fence, and sprinted through the woods that bordered our neighborhood. I ran until my lungs burned like fire. I hid in a cheap motel on the outskirts of the city. I bought a burner phone with cash and logged back into the forum. My post was gone. More than that, my account didn't exist. Every mention of the island, of the architect, of the photo, it was all wiped clean. The internet, which remembers everything, had suddenly forgotten this. It's been 3 months. I'm officially listed as missing. I saw the news in a paper 2 states away. It said there was a gas leak in our house, an explosion. Couple perished in tragic accident. But I am alive, and I know Eva is alive too. Or at least she was then. A week ago, I received a package at a P.O. box I opened under a fake name. I never gave this address to anyone. Inside the box, there was no letter, just an old mechanical watch, the same one Eva gave me for our first anniversary. I thought it had burned in the house. I examined it. The hands were frozen. I remembered how she loved spy novels. I took a knife and pried open the back case. Inside, there was no mechanism. There was a folded scrap of paper and a small silver key. The handwriting on the paper was hers, rushed, jagged. "I wasn't cheating on you the way you thought. I was trying to get out of the game. The man in the photo is my father, who I thought was dead. He wanted to help us disappear, but your post, you drew the eye of the system. Now there is no way back. They think I have the codes, but the codes were always with you. The key is for locker 404 at Central Station. Trust no one, not even yourself." I'm sitting in the motel. The key lies before me. I realized a terrible thing. Those accounts in my name, it wasn't money laundering, it was a fee for storing something much more valuable. Eva didn't use me as a victim, she used me as a safe, because no one suspects a failed graphic designer. My post on the forum didn't just expose her, it signaled the enemies exactly where to look. I painted a target on our own house. A black car has pulled up outside my window again. I don't know who it is, the system Eva wrote about, or maybe those internet sleuths who decided to finish their game. I'm taking the key. I'm taking my backpack. I'm recording this to leave a trace. If you find this recording, do not try to find the coordinates of the island. Do not look for the architect. And never, do you hear me, never ask the internet questions you don't want the answers to. Because sometimes the answer doesn't come in the comments section. It comes as a knock on your door.